Let's today we will discuss about the topic thermal expansion. Thermal expansion. Okay, what is the thermal expansion? Already we know the word about the thermal. Thermal deals about the temperature. Already we know that temperature. Here, the temperature is a word which tells about the how much experience, how much heat we are experiencing, either from the atmosphere, either from the thing, anything, any object, something about it. Okay, here the temperature deals about tells about the heat or hot we are experiencing from the object or atmosphere. So again I am telling about, we are discussing about thermal expansion. Okay, that means expansion of something because of temperature, that is thermal expansion. It may be deals about thermal expansion, it may be deals about expansion and also contraction also. So let's we discuss the topic and we continue that. So thermal expansion, here I think we all observe the concept so many times, the railway track we are. So in our daily life, at the track, if we observe keenly, there is some small gaps between the track. Do you know why this small gap maintains? Because of this thermal expansion. Okay, because of this thermal expansion. Why this thermal expansion applicable to this concept here on the railway track means, in the season of summer, we know it is very hot because of sun. Okay, because that hotness, this metal is made up with, this metal made up with most of the amount made up with iron. These iron have a some conductivity of expansion because of hot, because of heat. These because of heat, this metal was expanded. So this expansion causes to, if this metal is if there is no gap between these two tracks, like this, for example, at the time of expansion it may get some overlapping on the continuation, on the metal. So it may causes the dangerous to the train travel on it. So this is the cause why there is a gap between the two tracks. Okay, if we maintain some gap in between the two tracks, because of this expansion, this gap is fulfilled by the expansion of that metal. So this avoids the dangers, this avoids the damages to the train and the travelers. Okay, so because of this, there is a because of this gap should be maintained two tracks. Okay, gap should be maintained two tracks. So like this, this is a real example we seen in our day-to-day life, in the for thermal expansion. In the same way we can observe, there is a some with for a glass glass bottle must be tightened with a screw, with a cap, which we can't unscrewed that cap. If this bottle is, if we put on the hot water, after some time this cap was enlarged, that means some expanded, then we can easily unscrew this cap. Because of this heat water, gaining of this heat from this heat water, this cap metal, this cap is made by metal, so metal was expanded. By this expansion, it was it is some unscrewed easily. Because that expansion, it becomes loose to this bottle, so we can easily unscrew the cap. This is also one of the application of this thermal expansion. Okay, whereas if you observe the balloon which is fulfilled with air, if this balloon is if this balloon is, if you put this balloon in the hot water, then automatically we observe there is some expansion. There is some expansion of this balloon. Okay, there is some expansion. If this is like this, balloon becomes like this, some expansion is balloon. Why? Because means the gases in the balloon observes the heat from this water, from this hot water, then it gets expanded. That gases was get expanded. The gases will get expanded. So that means density is high. The density of gas becomes high. So because of the density, the elastic nature of the balloon here will some elasticity occurs and then get size increased. So balloon get expanded. This is also one of the one of the example we get from this balloon in our day-to-day life. So today here I given the examples about the solids, so for solid materials, expansion for solid materials, for the based on the track, and given some screw bottle, glass bottle with cap for liquids expansion, for the concept liquids expansion. Thermal expansion in liquids, and also given thermal expansion in gaseous state by the example of balloon. If you can observe a balloon with a gas, if there is some outside pressure, if you pressing with hand with multiple times, in many multiple times, that giving a pressure on the balloon, they get compressing and releasing like that. If you do so many times, we can observe this surface of the balloon gets heat. We experienced that with hand. We are touching that balloon, it just by hand we are pushing this, by hand we are pushing. Okay, by hand we are pushing both sides of the balloon, just making compression and making releasing. So after some time of doing like this, the surface of the balloon gets heat. Why? Because this balloon gets heat means the gaseous particles in the balloon gets colliding each other, and kinetic energy develops. This energy converted into heat energy, and it absorbs by the surface of the balloon. So by this heat energy, this balloon also, the surface of the balloon also get some expanded. That means enlarged. So get expanded. This is also because of the thermal expansion. Okay, now let's we discuss about the types of thermal expansion. Types of thermal expansion. Okay, so there is a three types of thermal expansions. Is mainly we discuss about that linear expansion. Here linear expansion is mainly discussed in the like a rod. Let's we take an example of rod. Let's we take an example of a straight rod here. If this rod gets heat energy from outside, if you giving continuously heat energy from outside, it get expanded. It get expanded like this. Already we discussed in the situation of railway track. Okay, so here, if the amount of the expansion of the rod here is depends upon the temperature what we producing. For example, if I given T1 amount of temperature to this rod, then its expansion becomes, for example, the length of this rod is L1. Then after application of this temperature T1, then its length becomes maybe T2. If I given temperature of T2 to this rod, then its expansion maybe becomes L3. For example, if I given temperature of T4, okay, T3 to this rod, that expansion may becomes, if I given temperature of T3, then its expansion may becomes T4. That means if I given and temperature at different variations, then automatically this length is also increases. If I given temperature, if it rises the temperature more and more, then its length is also increases more and more. That means this increasing length is completely depends upon what temperature I am giving. Is it okay? That means the increasing of the length or the change in the length is completely depends on what amount of type of amount, sorry, what type of amount is I am giving to the substance. So again, the change in the length or increasing or decreasing, whatever may be, the change in the length is completely depends on or varies with how much amount of heat I am given to that particular rod or substance. Okay, so by that statement I can derive that. So change in the length, yeah, I can represent the change in the length is with delta L. Here delta represents change in the length. Here delta represents change in the temperature. So delta L is directly proportional to the delta T. This is statement 1. And another more example, that is thing, that is if the length, if I take the rod of with length 100 meters, okay, 100 meters. If I given temperature to this T1 temperature to this length expanded up to 1 or 10 meters, let's assume that, okay, 1 or 10 meters. If I given here 1 or 10 meters, here 10 meters extension is here in the first case. If I given, okay, let us examine with another length, that is with for example, that is with 200 meters. If I given temperature T1 temperature to this 200 meters, same amount of temperature where I given to 100 meters rod, then the expansion may becomes 220 meters maybe. That means it completely depends on. So here expansion is 20 meters, again here expansion is 20 meters. So that means more 10 more than the before, okay, more than the before. We notice that. So we notice that the expansion is completely depend on the amount of the length of or measurement of the substance we given. Okay, this is I understand here. The expansion. So here variation of the length is also dependable on the length of the material we given. So we taken, okay, the variation of length is also varies with the length of the material we taken. So finally we concluded that delta L is directly proportional to delta T, and variation of length delta L is directly proportional to L. From the statement 1 and statement 2, we concluded that delta L is directly proportional to delta T, and delta L is directly proportional to delta T. Delta L is directly proportional to L. By this, so both delta L is directly proportional to both delta T and into delta L. This is the final equation, we got it. Okay, so to equalize on both sides, we are maintaining here the constant alpha. Okay, so delta L equal to alpha into delta T into delta L we find. This alpha is, sorry, to L. Okay, finally this alpha is a expansion coefficient for linear expansion coefficient. Okay, this alpha is known as linear expansion coefficient. This is not only a constant, already we said this is a constant. This is not only a constant, it is a character character of the material. It is the character of material. It should be noticed. Important point. This is the character of that substance. So from this we find alpha equal to delta L by delta T into L. Okay, finally we find that delta T into alpha equal to delta L by delta T into L. This is the formula determined. This is the equation determined for the expansion of linear, for the coefficient of linear expansion. Already I am saying that here coefficient of linear expansion is a character of the material, such that what is that means, this coefficient of linear expansion is varies for different materials, different substance. We notice for that, for example, aluminum get highest linear coefficient, that is 2.5, and lead get lowest coefficient of linear coefficient, that is 0.29. And also we can find this linear coefficient we are calculate for only for length constant only. That means this length constant, that means any substance we are considering for the expansion of length only. That means it is only we are taking for x-axis only, not for y-axis, not for z-axis. This is only a single coordinate geometry type. Okay, this is only for x-axis we are determining. So note it down, and please keep it in mind. We will later this point is later useful to us. Okay, at the end of this topic, because of the board content నేను ఇలా చెప్పాను సార్, బోర్డ్ ప్రాబ్లం వల్ల నేను తర్వాత ఇదే సేమ్ థింగ్ మూడు కూడా ఒకే దగ్గర పెడతాను సైడ్ బై సైడ్న. The next type is areal expansion. Here areal expansion is about expansion about area. Let's we take a some square, some metallic square here. If we produce heat to this square metal, so this expansion occurs like in the way of both on y-axis and also in x-axis. That means both to direction of length and also width also increases. Expansion occurs to both the length and also width. Okay, like in the direction of x-axis and y-axis. This is a second two-axis geometry. This is like a double axis geometry, that is both to the direction of x-axis and y-axis. So area wise expansion is occurs here. So keep it in mind. Already before I said for linear expansion it is only on the direction of x-axis, like there is single axis expansion only, either on y-axis either on x-axis. For our convenient, so many times we are explaining about the length taken in the direction of x-axis only. Okay, so in the same way some amount of square box we are taken, so heat energy is given, so expansion starts. So this expansion is also depends on the variation temperature we are given to the substances. So at the different at some amount of temperature, the expansion is something, that is at T1 temperature the expansion is A1. At T2 temperature the expansion is the aerial expansion is A2, and at the T3 temperature the expansion is A3. So entire this expansion is completely based on the temperature what we given. So if the temperature increases then the expansion increases, if the temperature decreases then the expansion decreases. That is at the stage of coolness. Okay, so this expansion of aerial expansion is completely depend on the amount of heat we given. So we notice that aerial expansion is directly proportional to temperature we given. This is one case. And as usually which we discussed in the linear expansion, the substance this expansion is also depends on size of the substance also. Okay, size of the substance, if I take these 100 square meters substance, if I take the expansion, after expansion it takes, it gives 1 or 10 square meters. That means the expansion here is 10 square meters. If I take 200 meters, 200 square meters substance, then expansion is 220 square meters. That here the expansion is 20 square centimeters, which is more than before, at the temperature T1 I got an expansion 10 square meters. At the temperature T2 I got the expansion 20 square meters. So because of the temperature I given, because of the area I taken is also determines its expansion, expansion. Same. So this is equation 2 we find later. This is equation 1. Delta A is E directly proportional to delta T. From both case we find that delta A is directly proportional to delta T into area we taken. Okay, so here also to equalize, that means to remove the proportionality, we have to maintain a equality. We should maintain the constant, that is, let's we take that is 2 alpha. Why here maintain I 2 means, already I said at the linear expansion I did the expansion in single geometry, that is an x-axis. Here I maintained double geometry, that is both x-axis and y-axis, so that I maintained constant as 2 alpha. Okay, so that I maintained a constant as 2 alpha. This is the reason I maintained 2 alpha here. Okay, then 2 alpha into delta A equal to 2 alpha into delta T into A. By that finally I got 2 alpha equal to delta T into A by delta A. So here finally I got that 2 alpha equal to delta A by delta T into A. This is equation 2 for areal expansion. This is the equation for thermal expansion coefficient, coefficient of areal expansion. This is the equation we found that for the coefficient of areal expansion. Okay, this is also a characteristic of the material we taken. Okay, so again I am discussing about the volume expansion. Volume expansion is represented with that means delta V, and let's we taken a cube for this. If we given some amount of heat energy to this cube, the expansion is volume expansion. That means 3 geometry type, that both x-axis at the x-axis direction and to the y-axis direction, and to the also z-axis direction, the expansion is done. So three that, let us like lengthwise and widthwise and finally height-wise. Sorry, here width, here height. Again I will draw. So x-axis is length taken, and y-axis is height, and z-axis is width. So in 3 directions it expansion is done in the volumetric substance. So volumetric expansion. So finally this is a 3D geometry, like just assume that. So this is here also volume is completely depend on amount of temperature we given, and also here also variation of volume is depends on the size of volume we taken, size of substance we taken, volume or substance we taken. So here also delta V, the variation of volume, area of volume is, sorry, expansion of volume is completely depend on size of volume we taken. So from here we can derive that delta V is directly proportional to delta T into V. To remove this proportionality, delta V is equal to 3 alpha into delta T into V. So finally I get 3 alpha equal to delta V by delta T into V. So this is the equation for coefficient of volume, that is 3 alpha. This 3 alpha is also a not only a constant, it is also a characteristic of the substance what we taken. So finally we got the equations of the expansions of linear expansion and areal expansion and volume expansion. These three equations, by these three equations we find alpha equal to delta L by L into delta T, 2 alpha equal to delta A by A into delta T, and 3 alpha equal to delta V by V into delta T. From these two we find that if these applicable for the same substance, all are common, and we find three types of expansions. We find three expansions, that is alpha and 2 alpha and 3 alpha. These three expansions, if we want to find out the ratio for these three,